Hi everyone, it's Louise here. Welcome to my Friday bag chat. I'll just get set up here while you're all coming on and just say hi and welcome to my Friday bag chat. It's been a while since I did one of these, so I thought I'd better show my face now that the house is quiet again. How's everyone's week been? Hi Shell, how are you? Thanks for joining me this Friday. I thought I'd come on and instead of just showing you photos of the fabrics that we're going to be playing with in April's box, I thought I'd show you in the flesh. So I'll just, I've got my tea ready. Have you got your tea ready? Hi Susan. Oh, it's nice when my busy bag makers join me for my Friday bag chats. So I've got my fabrics here to show you and I'll just crack on. If you're new to the Busy Bagmaker, it's my bi-monthly subscription box for bag makers, and every other month you receive a box full of goodies to make a complete bag project. And we've finished February's project and I'm now getting ready for April's. This is April's the feature fabric, and I've gone for something a bit bold, a bit brighter than usual. I loved the abstract design of the flowers for this one because it makes a change from the watercolor floral fabrics that I lean towards, and it's a more striking design that you can feature on a bag. And that's what I was looking for April's project. And this is by Maureen Cracknell for Art Gallery Fabrics from her Starling collection. So the rest of her collection are birds, but we always seem to be going with bird patterns. So I thought, no, I'll go for the abstract floral, which is this. And it's called, the title of this fabric is called Bloom Plume, because, and I just like saying the word bloom plume, as you may have guessed. It's got little feathers as well, so it's not just flowers, it's also feathers. So I hope you like what I've picked out for April. I think it's stunning. It's on a navy background and it's got pale teal, it's got darker teal, it's got a couple of different pinks in there, and like an olivey chartreuse, I can't say the word, you know, that green, what, I can't say the word chartreuse. Anyway, and like a periwinkle blue, like a cornflower periwinkle blue as well. So I think it's really pretty. I'm glad you like it too, Susan. Yeah, it's a really striking design. And I thought it would go really nicely for the pattern I've picked out, which also requires, oh, where is it? Some faux leather. And this is the same type of faux leather that I used in my December box. Remember that tan one? This is the navy version. It's a really nice cotton backed faux leather. Hello, hi Jill, thanks for joining. So it's got like a grainy effect. It's faux leather, it's vegan, cotton backed, which is ideal for the project we're making because you need to fuse the fleece to the back of this, and it works, which is quite rare with faux leathers. It's not always easy to fuse an interface into the back. I've tried it and it works. So this, now here's the juggle, is going to be paired up with the feature fabric on the outside of the bag. I think it's a lovely combination, and I'm not going to tell you what we're using the faux leather for. You'll have to leave it up to the imagination until you get your pattern. And that's the fun part of the Busy Bag Maker. I reveal the pattern only after the Busy Bag Makers have received their boxes. It's like an extra surprise to see what we're making. And I also include a mystery gift that I won't reveal until you've got your boxes. So for April's project, I thought because it's quite a busy feature fabric, I'd go for a plainer fabric inside. So I'll just show you. the dilemma, well, I wanted to pull out one of the pink hues. And I had a little dilemma with my supplier because I think with issues of getting fabric from the mill, with all the things going on in the world, and they were limited as to what they could provide me for this box. But Art Gallery Fabrics do offer a lovely range of pure solids, they're called. They're plain colours that they match with their pattern fabric. So initially I wanted to go for that pink there, and the perfect match for that was the best match is this one, and it's called Cactus Flower. And I've only managed to get 7 meters of this one. So at least I've got some of it, but I couldn't get any more. So I've also gone for a slightly darker, just as pretty. This one's called Cherry Lip Gloss. So if you really like the darker bold pink, this one, I've got more of this pink than the cactus pink, but they pretty much both go with the bloom plume, if you can see. So got plenty of these two fabrics, and then when I run out of these two, because I can get the bloom plume, plenty of the bloom plume. If you're not a fan of hot pink or the pinks I've shown, I also got a more subdued pink. This one's called Cosmos, like the cosmos flower. And it actually goes very well with that pink there, and also with the pink in the feathers, if you can tell. So Busy Bag Makers, if you have a preference of the pale pink, the medium pink, or the bright pink, just let me know, either in a comment below or drop me a message or tell me in the Busy Bag Maker group. What I'll do in our Facebook group is I'll take a photo of all 3 pinks alongside the main fabric, and you can just let me know which one you prefer. And if you don't let me know, thanks Sophie, you'll get the bright pink. If you don't let me know, it'll just be a surprise which one you get. I can tell you I've got more of the 2 bolder pinks than the pale one. So if you don't let me know, it'll just be a surprise. But they're all equally pretty, and they all go really well with the bloom plume. So I hope I've clarified that. And you get quite a lot of this fabric because there are quite a few pockets in the bag we're making. And let me just pop those to one side. I always have too much to say in these Friday bag chats. And if you have any questions, just drop me a note. I can see your note, Susan. You want the medium, you want the middle one. Yeah, the cactus flower. I can do that for you. Then we also you'll get a full yard of the woven cotton interfacing, because we need to interface both the exterior fabrics and the lining fabrics. It's quite a lot of interfacing required for this one. So you'll get a full yard, and this one is actually extra width as well, so it'll go a long way. And this can be ironed onto the back of the lining and the exterior fabrics. It's a really nice soft quality, really, but it still adds structure to the fabric. And then we're using a fusible fleece. It's quite thick. It's not as thick as foam. I usually include foam with my bag projects, but for this one we're using fusible fleece because it will stick nicely to the back of the faux leather. And also with fusible fleece you can keep your seams free. If you have a domestic sewing machine like I do, you want to reduce how many layers you're sewing through to achieve a nicely structured bag. So this is a really good fusible fleece. It's got a stiff feel. If you're familiar with Decaville Light, this is a bit thicker than Decaville Light, and I find it fuses better. So that's what we've got here. That's 1/3 of a yard of fusible fleece. Okay, enough with the fabrics and interfacings. Moving on to the hardware, and I thought, I've always loved rose gold copper hardware, and it comes in and out of fashion in the bag making world, and I still think that with the navy and rose gold, it's a lovely classic combination that works really well with the bloom plume fabric I've chosen. So you're going to get a yard of zipper tape, and then some little zip pulls. You'll get three zip pulls that go with the project. There's a 3rd one there. So that's your zipper. And then I've gone for these really sweet, chunky, I thought they were rectangular, but it turns out they're more like square. They're 20mm rose gold rings. Square rings, I guess. I mean, you get 4 of those as well. And these look really nice against the faux leather and also against the fabric that I've picked out. So those are all the supplies that go into your box for April. And then I've also included, well, not all of these, but let me just pick it out. I'll show you. Oh, it'll be hard showing on camera now. Some rivets. Now, I did ask my Busy Bagmaker group who uses rivets, and quite a few of them do, quite a few of them don't. So these are going to be a bonus in the box. It's a little rivet, and you use these to secure handles in place, straps in place. They're very useful for load-bearing parts of a bag. So I'm including, I think, 10 rivets, and they're excluded from the price of the box in case someone doesn't have the right tools to fit them. It's just a little bonus to play with. I wonder if I've got, I'll show you what they do. I'll show you on February's. See, I've included a rivet on this wristlet strap just to secure the strap to the swivel snap hook there. It's just, it adds a nice professional touch to a bag, and it also serves a function of securing a strap. So yeah, there you go. I'm so glad you like everything, Susan. Susan says, I love everything. Yay! So that's, my hair's in my face. That's all that we're going to be playing with in April. Now, on to the project. Let me have a swig of tea. Have a swig of your tea. Just calm down. Hi, Karen. Oh, I've just shown all the fabrics. So you might want to watch the replay. But so for the bag project, it's going to remain a mystery until you get your boxes. I like keeping things a bit of a mystery, but I can tell you it's rated, well, first of all, it's not my pattern. It's one of my favorite bag pattern designers. Big hint, she features a lot on my blog, and I have tested for her for several years now. Big hint. And then another big hint is that the bag pattern we're playing with, I tested for her back in 2021. So you can always go and have a look on my blog, 2021, and see what I made back then. That's your biggest hint you're getting now. But yeah, the bag we're making, it's rated beginner level. I'd say more towards a advanced beginner. You need to know your way around your sewing machine, and it would be ideal if you've sewn with zips before, because there's a zipped pocket, well, 2 zip pockets, and the top of the bag closes with a zip as well. So you kind of need to be familiar with zips, or at least know what a zip press foot looks like. There is already a video for the pattern by the designer, and I've also surprised myself by doing my video already, which I'm not usually this organized. I've just got to edit it. I've done all the steps. I've just got to bring them all together into a big video now. So that's my next to-do thing. So you'll have 2 video tutorials, the choice of 2 video tutorials to follow. I always suggest using mine for the cutting suggestions, for the fabrics included in the box. It's always useful. But yeah, it's a good pattern. It's a lovely, it's a very pretty bag. Very pretty bag. And, you know, with the rose gold and the faux leather, it's going to look lovely. And it's the kind of bag that I think will be a head turner. And I think a bag needs to be a head turner, not a boring black or grey or brown bag on your arm. You need a little pop of colour. So there you have it. That's the contents of April's box, and hope you love it. And I can't wait to send your boxes your way for April. And if you have any questions about my Busy Bagmaker box, just drop me a message. I do ask, well, if you want to guarantee a box, I usually say to order by the 28th of the month, which is tomorrow. If you're already one of my Busy Bagmakers, your payment will come through automatically, so you don't need to worry about ordering again. But if you're new to my subscription, you'll need to place your order by tomorrow to reserve your box. I can never guarantee I'm going to have boxes left. It just depends on the numbers each time. I do a small run of the boxes each time, so I can never guarantee how many I'll have left. That said, I do actually have a few left for February's project, and they're on my website. I've popped a link to join the Busy Bagmaker to this video, and also another link to February's box, because I've got a few spares if anyone liked what we made and fancies having a go. And you don't need to subscribe to get the February box, what's left over. It was to make a wristlet clutch like this, and it comes with an extra pouch inside, so you actually get 2 patterns. Or I give you enough hardware to make it as a crossbody bag as well. You could actually put the birds on the front pocket as well. Lovely little project for February. So I've got a few of those left. If you want to have the Busy Bagmaker experience without joining the Busy Bagmaker. Well, that's enough of me rambling for this Friday afternoon. I need more tea, and I better carry on cutting. I've done loads already. Oh, let me see if I can get. Oh. I've cut out all the. Oh, that hurt my back. I've cut out the feature fabrics. I've cut out the pinks. I've cut out the interface. Oh, I better put that on the floor. Oh, I've cut out all the interfacing took forever. The interfacing took forever. That's the interfacing. I'm busy. I've cut out the fusible fleece that's in my conservatory over there. I'm cutting out the faux leather in my kitchen over there. It's a one-person band here, but I'm having fun doing it, and I can't wait to share the next project with you. Right, that's it from me for today. I hope you have a super weekend, and just drop me a message if you have any questions. Bye.